Morning, Mayor and Council. My section is going to take more than 10 minutes, and I wanted to mention that before. Is that okay?
You're the manager. We want the report.
Okay, well, it's going to exceed
Our time is your time.
Well, it's going to exceed the 12 noon for public comment. That's the only reason why I mentioned it.
Well, that's all right.
Okay.
Just we need your report, and then we'll go to public comment.
Okay. So, Mayor and Council, there are several items I need to discuss with you. The first one is actually printed on the council agenda, the streets related to the new Harbor Bridge. Back on September the 27th, I sent information to you related to this issue because it was treated as an emergency. However, I did indicate that I wanted to place it on this agenda so that staff can provide a quick presentation on it and get any questions that you may have in relation to it. So with that, if Ms. Gray could please come forward. After she would have completed this section, I do have several other items to mention. Okay.
Good morning, Council. Valerie Gray, Executive Director of Public Works. And with me, I have Sarah Munoz. She's a senior engineer with Street Operations Traffic Engineering. She's also the city's liaison for the Harbor Bridge project for us. So I'll go through this pretty quick for you. On the first page, I just wanted to remind you, this is a design, build, maintain project. And the only reason I say that is because with a design bill, you will have frequent changes possibly due to schedules and the design as we go. The developer, the bridge developer, is Flatiron Dragados. I think you understand that part of it, but we'll proceed ahead. Just a little background, I just wanted to tell you that in May and June, we presented to you a proposed bond 2018. And we gave the council the projects during that workshop. And at that time, it was decided that we needed to take a look at the closer the streets impacted by the bridge project. So at that June workshop, the council requested that the streets related to the Harbor Bridge might be pulled out and done separately. And when we looked at the timing, we pulled out those projects in order to accelerate them. In July, we had a workshop with council, and we identified Comanche, Lipan, Timon, and Surfside as immediate street impacts. We were needing to take care of them as quickly as possible to stay ahead of the contractor, and hopefully, based on what the bridge developer gave us at that time, we were going to try to complete them before the end of the year. Our intent was to be ahead of him in taking care of these streets. In August, the City Council passed a resolution. Matter of fact, they passed 2 resolutions that would move these projects ahead for these 4 streets, and it would also fund these 4 streets. In September, we were informed that the construction project schedule for State Highway 286 interchange area had been accelerated about 8 months. Now, that was new since we presented that to you and you approved those resolutions. The developer had informed us in a meeting that the project schedule for 286, that area, and we'll show you that in a minute, was moving up 8 months. So it's now, we were trying to move this a lot faster. And recently you were notified by change order, as Ms. Rose told you, that we issued one to our existing street preventative maintenance program, indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity contract, a change order so that we could get those mill and overlays underway and accelerate those streets and try to get them completed or underway as close to the end of the year as possible. So that's what we did by the memo she sent you. If you take a look at this slide, this is the schedule we had originally showed you at the, or a slide that looks a lot like what we showed you at the council workshop in August. What we've done is showed the revisions in red to reflect the changes of those 8 months in those areas. And then this was due to the construction at the interchange of 286 and the area. If you've noticed and you travel into City Hall, you'll see that TxDOT and the developer already have up some message boards. They're going to notify the public that they're going to be closing that Lipan Comanche exit ramp. I don't know if any of you've seen it, but they've already got some message boards up if you're coming from the south side, and it says on October 16th, they're going to close the Comanche Lipan ramp. And so they've already begun this 8 months accelerated schedule. And then if you notice the North Beach construction, they've moved it up like a month. So instead of the December timeframe they had originally given us, it's at November. But once again, I remind you, being a design bill, these schedules do change, and Sarah's been doing a good job to stay on top of what is changing and us to try to stay ahead of it. This is the same map we showed you at that workshop. What we simply did is we took that same map and we had the construction schedules highlighted in the red boxes. We've come back and Sarah has put in an updated schedule in the boxes below in black ink. Again, I apologize for the small map, but I think Sarah handed you out larger copies of these next two maps so that you can read it. It's really just to show you what the changes were and how we're trying to keep up with it. So you saw this one, which was that area near City Hall, and then this slide is the same thing. It's the same as the one we showed you for the North Beach area, and the construction schedules were in red, and again, we've added the schedule update just below it. So it's pretty much the same. This is a plan that we have to, this is our plan to address those areas of concern. Each of those street sections should take approximately 2 to 3 months to complete. Hopefully, the total completion of all 4 streets could be by the end of the year, or the end of the first of the year. It may go into January, because we're trying to work as fast as we can. We're finalizing the scopes, because with an IDIQ, we have to develop the delivery orders, and they're pretty much complete, and the contractor is going to work immediately, hopefully finishing up right around January. To give you an idea of the sequencing, the contractor is going to start the concrete work first on La Pan, and then once he completes the concrete work, he'll then move to the next street, which is Comanche, and then after that, they'll move in their roadway crews after the concrete crews to do the mill and overlay work. So they're going to try to move from section to section. But what you see here, we've broken the La Pan section into 2 sections, the La Pan Street, to minimize the impacts from the bridge construction. So after finishing the Crosstown to Staples portion, they're going to move on to Comanche, and then they're going to come back and finish up on the remainder of La Pan all the way to Staples Street to Upper Broadway. Okay, they'll come back. And then once they complete this, they'll move over to the North Beach. Now, we've been recently told in a meeting, if they can and they have the crews, they may move some of the crews over to the North Beach to start prior to these first ones finishing. So we're pretty excited about the fact that if they have more to mobilize, they'll get and complete it even at a quicker pace. So with that, I stand by to answer any questions. We just wanted to update you on what we've done as far as moving ahead with these streets.
Mr. Garza?
Appreciate you guys working on pulling the schedule up. Just since we're going to be using some of the resources from the STMP program, what impact it's going to have toward the STMP program schedule or the project schedule we had before?
Mr. Garza, this is going to be out of fiscal year 2016. So that contract is finished. It's just there is contract space to issue a change order on to complete. We have since issued a contract to for the contract for 2017, and it should not impact anything because we have a whole new contractor that's working in the 2017 contract, in the 2017 program. We're finishing up the 2016, so this is just no impact at all to the program as far as that goes.
Do we already have a schedule of the streets that are going to be worked on in 2017?
Yes,
with the
sir,
STMP?
and we brought them to council, and I believe they should be on the website, the 2017 program.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Smith?
Thank you, Ms. Gray. How do the costs come in compared to the estimates that the council was given?
The cost that they're going to do is since this is an IDIQ, the cost that they're going to use is the cost that is the existing ones that they bid under the SPMP program. And at that time, they are the same as what's even in the 2017 contract. There's really no change to the cost.
I guess the question I'm asking, how did that compare to the estimate the council was given?
It's still under, and
Okay.
it may even be less.
It'll be below budget.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Thank
it
you.
will. Okay.
Any other comment? Well, thank you. Well, these are kind of getting to be exciting times.
We're trying to stay on top of it. All right.
Good, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I just have several more items here.
All right.
The first one is in reference to the commercial backflow inspections. I'm happy to report to you that 78% of the commercial backflow devices have been inspected and tested by the 8 companies that was contracted to perform the assessment. Development Services also anticipates all of the contracts to be completed at or below the initial budget expenditure of $300,000. The next item is in reference to our library summer reading program. It was a big success. Our Corpus Christi Public Library summer reading program saw more than 12,000 children attend programs and events over the summer. During that time, 119,000 books were checked out by the 4,000 registered participants. And the summer reading program is a wonderful opportunity for the youth of our community to increase their literacy skills and prevent the summer slide in which students lose sometimes some of their academic progress over the summer break. The next area is in reference to our marina. Our city marina occupancy is up about 80% capacity from the 63% last month. And that increase comes as other area marinas like Rockport, Aransas Pass, Ingleside, and Port Aransas, they're undergoing repairs from Hurricane Harvey. Many of the vessels are in the city marina for safe harbor, and it includes several families who live aboard their boats. And the last area, I would like to come into the well. So Mayor and Council, some of you had an opportunity to attend the Texas Municipal League conference this past week. And at that conference, the city of Corpus Christi ended up receiving a Municipal Excellence Award. And before I go further, I would like for Steve Vieira, the Human Resources Director, Lisa Wisner, our Learning and Development Manager, and Megan Isasi, our management aide, to please come forward because they are very much a party to what transpired at the Texas Municipal League. So as they're coming forward, I need to just indicate that the City Champions program was developed by the Human Resources Department, and as mentioned, we received the 2017 Municipal Excellence Award in Management Innovations last week at the Texas Municipal League Conference. We were recognized for employee customer service training, staff recognition awards, continuing education resources, and skill development. The Human Resources Learning Institute is led by Lisa Wisner as well as Megan Isasi and our director, Steve Vieira, the Human Resources Director. I wanted to take the time, Mayor and Council, as well as the audience, to acknowledge the city staff for putting in this application and to begin to let the state know that we are doing great things here in the city of Corpus Christi, and we actually have communities around the state that was at the Texas Municipal League and saw us get this award, and I'm sure we'll be getting calls from a lot of different cities wanting to know how we've done this. So I would like to also take the time to say congratulations to staff for submitting the application.
So I guess on behalf of Steve Vieira, our director, and with Megan Isasi, who by the way is our new learning and development analyst, she just got a promotion. She filled the position we had. So we're very excited to be moving forward with our City Champions program. So Miss Margie Rose, our city manager, we would like to present you with the award so that you can take it because your leadership has really led us to become City Champions. Here you go. And also, in addition, we also have some information about the City Champions program. This is a program that will help the citizens of the city of Corpus Christi see us as providing a great, pleasurable environment for them to do business with us. So Megan is going to be presenting some information for City Council to learn more about the program. Thank you.
Yes, so thank you. Lisa said it perfectly. We are so excited about this award, and we want to thank our city manager, Margie Rose, as well as our assistant city managers who provide us the support and guidance and the flexibility needed to create a program such as this. But most importantly, I want to congratulate these two ladies here next to me. They are the epitome of hard work, dedication, and talent we have working here at the city. And I'm honored to be able to work alongside them each day.